why I started YouTube channel for the money. So I recently reached 1,000 subscribers and I would like to take a moment here to express my extreme disappointment. What is this? How did reaching 1k subs take this long? I was supposed to be here the day I made my channel. Hurry up, nerds, and pick up the pace. Subscribe today. Anyhow, I mentioned I'll be doing a Q&A a few days back as a 1k special. So here I am and let's start. Dharya asks, I'm doing CP for 15 months but still in newbie, constantly solving A and mostly B, but at the time when I reached to C, I lacked the concentration that I had in A, B in Division 2. So, in my opinion, this lack of concentration is actually lack of confidence. It happens with me too. After I am done solving A, B, C, D, I lack the confidence to solve E, so I lack the concentration to solve E. So the way to do this, to overcome this, is to think that you can solve it actually, and to get more confidence in doing so is to practice tougher problems. Parth asks how to get better at solving fast in contest, and did you face speed issues with implementation problems when you were green or cyan? To get better at solving fast, you just have to practice more. The more you practice, the better you get at solving questions in general, and the more your speed improves. It's just like how would you suggest an athlete to run faster? That's right, by running. One tip I would tell you is that easier problems like A, B, and C are easy. They're meant to be simple. So the more simplistically you think about them, the faster you would be able to solve them. But do not always assume that they will be simple. Most of the time they are simple. And yes, I also faced speed issues with implementation problems when I was lower rated. In fact, I do face them even now, every now and then. AK asks what type of projects one should make that is good enough for a resume. Well, that depends upon what you are applying for. I'm assuming SDE, in which case I would highly recommend web based projects because web development is very relevant to the industry. And do not make any generic project like a social media website, a very basic one, or a to do list app. No, those are bad. Try to make something which is actually usable, at least to you, if not everyone else. Those projects are really good, and if you can get some metrics like this many users signed up on your website or this many users visited your website, that can be great. I actually have some good metrics for my own Discord project which I made a while back ago. It had over 2000 unique visitors, so I think that helps make it stand out. Army Brat asks where how to practice mathematics for CP. The mathematics required for CP is mostly basics of discrete maths like number theory, basic counting in combinatorics, and somewhat I would say knowing how to do mathematical reasoning is important, but not really that important because it comes naturally. I would not really recommend to practice maths specifically for CP. Just practice CP, your math will improve. And if you really want to practice more math related problems in CP, I would recommend AdCoder. It has a lot of DP and combinatorics problems. Or just sort by tags in code forces. Suryansh asks, do college seniors really guide? And what was your experience with it? So college senior is not a breed of people. They are just individual who tend to help their juniors. And yes, more often than not, they do help, but it can be counter helpful to you. Reason being, they might be wrong. And what was my experience with it? Most of the seniors I've met have guided me. Now, some of them might have been wrong, but most of them have helped me in one way or another. And some of my seniors have been really helpful. So I would recommend listening to them, even if you think they are wrong, at least once, I guess. Phobos ask, how so ors? On my channel, factually incorrect things are not allowed. Ashish asks, How did you stop breaking in contests? I still haven't. You can check my recent combined round. I wasn't able to solve C. And you know, the round after that, I took 25 minutes to solve B, or more than that, I think. Aryan asks, I'm doing CB for 4 months. I'm able to do A, B in contest, but stuck at C. As the contest progresses, my question solving ability decreases. Please tell me something to cope up with this. Well, if you didn't want to cope up, I would just say that your problem solving ability doesn't decrease, the question difficulty increases. If you want something to cope, remember, there are still people below you. Darkrai asks, I am from Tier 6 college and half a star on Code Chef and new pill on Code Forces. Please tell me how to become candidate masters. Looking at your current situation, I would say you're hopeless. Sayan asks, how do you practice CP? In general, what do you look to gain while going for practice problems? What did you focus on to make it to candidate master from expert? And what do you consider a decent level in CPDSA for clearing placement hiring rounds? How do I practice is just I pick random problems from some rating range of like let's say 2000 to 2100, and also I prioritize recent problems because they are more relevant, and that's how I practice. What do I look to gain? Nothing really. It's just more problem solving ability, I think, which is quite abstract, so hard to describe. uh, it is just experience, I think, which is required and which we try to get. Also, sometimes practicing problems is really fun. What I focused for becoming CM from expert was solving 4 problems every round consistently, if not fast. And what do you consider decent level? I would say even specialist or expert is enough to clear interviews, but for hiring rounds, sometimes even a newbie can solve the online assessments, and sometimes even I cannot. So they're pretty whack. Priyanshu asks, how to beat Sundar Pichkari in CP? Well, if you search Sundar Pichai, you can see he's rated 1366, so he's pretty terrible at CP. Yashdeep asks, give some advice to cross newbie range. Solve problems above 1300 rating and give all contests while also upsolving them. Naman asks, lock out on Div 3 with me when? As you can see, he's a master. So, no way unless you have more subscribers than me, in which case, sign me up for a duel. Ashish asks, where did you practice DP excluding CSCS and AdCoder as do DP? I did not practice it on CSCS. I did practice AdCoder Edu until before the sushi problem. And other than that, I've mostly solved problems on code forces, the random ones that appear in contest or during practice. Other than that, I have solved few classical problems like LIS, LCS, and coin change. That's it. Unibrow asks, a video on your code template when? Very soon. I'm sorry for the delay. He has asked me more than once, so I'll just make it very soon. Don't worry about it. Tushar Kumar asks, I'm giving long December challenge and it is my first contest. I've solved first question. If it if it's so now, should I solve next question or not? The problem is that I'm unable to solve other questions of the contest. What should I do? I don't get what do you mean. Yes, you should try to solve the next problem. If you end up not being able to, that is a different thing. Then you have to see the tutorial and upsolve it. And the problem that you are unable to solve, that is normal. Everyone faces problem. You just have to try, and if you are not able to, you learn from it and step up your game. Samagra asks, I'm in tier 3 electronics branch, currently in 3rd sem, about to end specialist on CF, and if I do something good in CP till the end of 4th semester like candidate master, will I be able to get internship in my 3rd year off campus? Code Forces pay, I solved my first question on 9th August approximately. I didn't need to know that, but okay. I think reaching candidate master would help you a lot in off-campus placements because it would make getting referrals easier and actually cracking the interviews easier and the online assessments as well. But there's no direct relation that if you are candidate master you would definitely get it. However, if you're not candidate master, if you're something like specialist, you won't. Many times specialists get the offer which candidate masters are not able to. However, if you can get to candidate master till fourth semester, it's a great thing. And if you don't worry about it, just start preparing for the interviews, because CP, while is helpful, is not extremely relevant to the interviews. And like this guy said, that you should make a few good projects as well. Thank you, Dhruv. Kritarth asks, do you hear music while coding? Sometimes, not while problem solving because that gets difficult. However, if there's a lot of background noise in my house or wherever I'm doing it, then I do listen to songs. Range asks, house chores? Again, factually incorrect things are not allowed on my channel. Abhishek asks, Ekdam noob banda who knows nothing about CP and DSA, how would you advise him to get started and what resources would you suggest? Well, to get started, I would recommend learn some basic data structures, algorithms, try to solve some problems on it, and then you can start doing CP. And as for CP, you can just practice problems and participate in contests. That's all there is to it. And what resources? There are a lot of resources you can for the course on data structure algorithms. Either you can do from articles on GFG or some course on Coursera, or there are a lot of playlists on YouTube as well. Up to you to decide really. And for CP algorithms is pretty good, and solving problems, and of course my channel. Shubham have asked a lot of questions. Now I wouldn't answer all of them if I had a lot of subscribers, that is I would have a lot of attitude, but since I have only 1000, I guess I will answer all of them. So first, what things you do when you get bored? I watch anime or lie on the bed and relax, or just waste time on Discord. Were you live? No, I was never live on this channel. Which type of content are you focusing in near future? Mostly programming related, not necessarily competitive programming, but programming related. For now it is mostly competitive programming, but I will add more generic things as well. What are your goals for this YouTube channel? 1 million subscribers, no less. I can accept more though. Why I started YouTube channel? For the money. What are your non-tech interests like singing, music, skating, etc.? Non-tech interest, I really don't have that many. I really don't. Okay, this is bad. This is really bad. What do you do apart from CP? Software development, college work, assignments, and I watch anime. Have you got internship? Yes, I have interned before as an SDE intern at Code Chef, and right now as backend intern at ShareChat. It is a unicorn company of India. Suryansh asks, share your JE story. Do you hate me? Well, my JE story is like, I used to be a good student till 9th class. Then I participated in Big Bang test, went to Fiji with 100% scholarship. And there I met a lot of genius people who didn't used to study. I took their habit and stopped studying. And in 11th, 12th, didn't really study that much. Ended up getting a bad rank in mains. And so I joined IPU, MSIT. And what else? Well, I do regret my decisions, but not that much because things are good now. Kind of. Thank you all for watching, and contrary to the intro, I would like to take this moment to thank you all for subscribing to my garbage channel, and do not worry, I will improve the quality of content I'm making and it will be great. We are going to a million, nothing less.